Okay, hello everyone. Of course, now we're going to talk about angels. Now, the reason why the Christian church removed a lot of angels out of the Bibles and stuff like that is because they didn't want any angel worship. And in a way, that makes sense. At the same point in time, angels are here to guide you and show you the way. Now, if you don't know how to tell the difference between a good angel and a bad angel, and there are bad angels, okay, and there are bad spirits, then sometimes it's best not to do it, okay? And so that is what they were worried about. Now, there are different types of angels. And of course, everybody knows about the different levels of angels that the Catholic Church and other spiritual leaders say that exist, okay? There are angels and archangels and cherubim and seraphim and ophanim, actually. They are like, there's the sandalphone angel, which is, there's a couple of them actually, and there's the Elohim, which a lot of people associate with the archangels, or being a little bit above the archangels and they help us out, okay? And then there are people that go, oh, the aliens, they're aliens. I'm sorry, anybody from this, not being from this planet, is an alien, okay? And there's always going to be beings who want to help you out, okay? They have their needs met, they have certain guides and goals, and when they're connected to God, they're more understanding of what's going on down here sometimes. So they're just trying to help us out, okay? So with that being said, angels talk very plainly. They don't talk in complicated words. I have an extensive vocabulary. I know automatopoeia, habitual, large words, candor, descriptive, I mean, just about any word in the book. However, I always talk plainly because that's the way the angels talk to me. So, also, there are different beings, okay? There are something similar to the dragons. I don't know if they're dragoon or dragons. They were the beginning helpers of the universe. They were very wild and chaotic, and they had a lot of power, but not as much as God and not as much as some angels. So they, personally, I'm a little bit scared of them, so I don't interact with them very often. Some people really like dragons and everything, so they go gung-ho on the creation beings. I always try to be nice to every being, okay? And so I don't want anybody's beings coming and visiting me. Please don't send them unless they've got really serious questions, because I'm already busy. But then there are the cherubim, and the cherubim are cat-like, lioness faces. They can growl. They have not full lion faces, though. They have traits, like at their nose and a little bit at their mouth here. So, if you look at it's not close enough, but the Cats Broadway show, they kind of look like that. But they're very noble beings. They are very defensive, like, warrior class kind of thing. They usually don't do small talk. They are all about the business. I've never seen one of them laugh, ever. And You know, they will do their little cry, battle cry. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's an excitement thing. Maybe it's a scare tactic for them. But they can be friendly, you know. But, I mean, a little bit on the affectionate side. So, but they're very noble beings. It's like everything's about, not pomp, but like, this is how it is, you know, kind of thing. It's like what you would perceive a real king to be like, and noble, you know. So, and then there are the Hashaba. The Hashaba, and I think maybe a couple astronauts have come into contact with them. They exist right outside the ionosphere, and they go back and forth, and if you're not supposed to be out there, they will, in the old books, actually there's a reference to them, I think it's Hindi or Muslim, that they eat the souls. And I don't know if they eat the souls. They are kind of scary sometimes because they swoop in very quickly and they can snap you up. So, but they are like keeping people from leaving, specifically keeping people from leaving. So I don't know if this is really a planet, prison planet. I don't really think so. I just think that they're trying to keep us here so we're kind of learning our lessons, because all of us haven't learned our lessons. When we do actually pass away and go on to heaven, what you all call heaven, that's when we're going to be fully enlightened and self-actualized and sufficient beings, okay? Because right now we are kind of codependent. Even though we say we're independent from each other, you know, the little 19-year-old getting out in the apartment to live by himself for the first time, that is not independent. Independent is being able to take care of yourself in any instance, to be able to defend yourself if necessary, to not be aggressive unless it absolutely comes to that, because there is a universal law that actually says that you are here to not harm unless to defend, okay? And a lot of Japanese religions actually believe this. The Muslim religion used to do this, okay? In the old days, it was dishonorable if you would go out and attack somebody just because you wanted material gain, or to hurt them in some form of fashion, you know, on purpose, to defame them to the point where they can not any longer cohabitate with another group. So, and then there are, you know, the higher beings who actually do the universe itself, okay? And seraphim are actually from the sky. They are very high beings, but there are other very high beings as well. And they have one special set of skills, whereas some of the other angels have different sets of skills. Like, you know, the ones that control the gravity of the planets and the molecular attraction. You know, I, being from a scientific standpoint, from learning chemistry and organics and stuff like that, understand molecular attraction, and believe it or not, the souls act almost very similar, okay? Not almost the same way, but very similar. There is an intermolecular attraction between you and somebody else even, okay? So we're all kind of like 7 billion electrons floating on a nucleus, okay, to them. We are very small. We are still important. Everybody and everything in this whole entire universe has a role to play, even though that they don't know it, you know. So